Hello, my name is Meltem and welcome to my world. This is my first movie project. So I got up this morning with a peculiar dream in my mind. What kind of dream would you would ask? Well, I saw that I was filming a movie, a homemade movie about anything that comes to my mind. So I got up this morning and decided to film this movie. Well, you will say I'm a spontaneous person, and yes, I am. Well, spontaneity is great. You can do whatever you want when it comes to your mind. Anyway, so I'm 35 years old. I live in Istanbul, Turkey, and I'm a life coach. I do life coaching. My hobbies are music, movies, Japanese, foreign language studies, concerts, and such as that. I used to do paragliding, snowboarding. Yeah, I'm not into sports a lot. As you see, I'm a little bit chubby. Well, I like to eat. You could consider that as a hobby. Anyway, well, so this is who I am. Well, my favorite movies are Before Sunrise, Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, and a lot of fantasy movies actually. I like fantasy world. It's very creative, very inspiring. You can become whatever you are, whoever you want to be. You know, when I watch a movie, after I watch a movie, I imagine myself as one of the characters, or sometimes I create another character all on my own and insert it into the movie, and I become the lead actor in the movie, actress in the movie. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of engaging time spending activity when I'm actually lying down in bed. I used to do this in Star Wars. I used to create a Jedi character called called actual different names at times, and I would save the world. Well, basically what we love to save the world in movies actually, and in real life maybe sometimes. Anyway, um what I would like to watch is Ninja Turtles. I used to watch it when I was a kid as the cartoon version. Uh, I want to see how they save the world this time. Yes, I think the character named Shredder is again covering up his face and teaming up with an alien this time who looks like a brain, actually, a whole brain. What kind of alien that would be, I don't know. How that lives, I don't know, without a body. But that's the movie, anyways. Uh, yes. Also, there's a character known called Splinter, a big rat who's mutated into being a big rat, actually, who used to be a ninja master, a martial arts master. Uh, I like Ninja Turtles, but I somehow feel sad for them because they are four guys, four turtles, mutated turtles. And, well, when will they ever find love? Well, when will Splinter ever find love? In a sewer, hiding in a sewer. Maybe they could find some mutated female turtles and female big rats, and they could experience some love. Make it. Anyway, I don't know whether to feel sad for Ninja Turtles or not. They seem to have a lot of fun. I guess they will become human once more. Human or oh no, they can become human once more because they were always turtles. But maybe this time they will mutate into being Humans, wow, what you know? What will you know? Anyway, I hope a bright future for Ninja Turtles. To cut it short. Uh, when I talk about movies, I also want to talk about musicals. I love musicals. The first musical that I watched was Phantom of the Opera. I watched the movie version of it a few years ago. It was great. And great songs, Andrew Lloyd Webber's songs. It's absolutely amazing. Another musical I like is Evita. Yes, Evita is great. I haven't found the opportunity to watch it, but I listened to the soundtrack, and it's great. I would love to watch it. I also want to talk about a little bit about Eva Peron. I think she's a great leader. She's a leader, yes, she's a leader. I haven't watched the movie and I don't really know a lot about her life, therefore. But I think that it's great to be loved by the nation. That's all I know about her. She was a great partner, a great leader, a great actress, a great personality, and she did a lot for her nation and they loved her, absolutely loved her. And yes, they cried after she died because they loved her. Yes, it's great to get the love of a nation, anyways. When you talk about getting the love of a nation, I would like to talk about a great leader that I know, that the whole world knows, called Mustafa Kemal Ataturk. Maybe you heard of his name. He is the establisher, founder of Turkish Republic. He was a great soldier, a great politician, a great social leader, social example to everyone. You know, maybe you heard of it, the Ottoman Empire, the Turkish Republic's ancestor, crumbled in the beginning of 1900s, and in its place, Turkish Republic was established with the help of Mustafa Kemal Ataturk. Uh, he did a lot for the nation. He, first of all, started the national war of the independence for Turkey. It was hard. He touched the hearts of many people, the Turkish nation, and he, what he did for the nation was he um, brought out the desire to be independent in Turkish people's minds, Turkish people's hearts, and to desire to live a free life without depending on other nations and without being exploited by other nations, to earn a living all on their own and to live all on their own and create a bright future for their children. He brought out a desire for this great thing, great aspiration in Turkish people's hearts, and he brought people together and started a war of independence, and he won it, and he established the Turkish Republic in 1923. And he made a lot of reforms. It was an empire before, but afterwards it turned into a republic. So he had a lot to do in terms of reformations. What he did was, first he, after establishing the republic, yes, let me see. He ended the sultanic rule and brought a democratic rule into the nation. He established the parliament and brought a constitutional law. And the first thing he did was to make an educational reform, because education is very important if you want to raise a healthy nation. The first thing you have to do is to raise healthy individuals with healthy minds. So he made educational reform. Before that, people were having religious education, and children were getting married very early. Girls were getting married very early. Child marriages were very often, and he ended that. He brought laws regarding that. The age of getting married was raised to 18, and everybody was to have a compulsory education. And he made a clothing reform. Before that, women were wearing something called charshaf, a black sheet on their bodies to cover up their bodies. He uh, he didn't let that didn't let people wear that anymore. He brought laws against that. And what else he did was, what did I write here? I can't read what I wrote here. What's written here? Just a minute, please. Yes, he established secularism. He separated religion from ruling of the nation. I mean, yes, he did that. He made an alphabet reformation. He um, um, cancelled Arabic alphabet, and he brought Latin alphabet into the nation. And he made reformations in history education, reformations on calendar and Western measurement units. And he brought women's rights. One of the most important things is in the Ottoman Empire, women weren't considered equal as men. But Atatürk brought a law saying that all women are equal to men, and they have the same voting rights, same constitutional rights. So, the first voting rights in Europe that was given to women is in Turkey, actually. So he's really a reformer. Yes, he's great. Yes, he's a great leader, a great politician, a great soldier, but all in all, he's a great person. That's Mustafa Kemal Ataturk. So, I I used to think that politics used to be very boring, actually, because whenever I watch the news, people are always yelling at each other. Not talking, they are fighting, yelling, swearing at each other, never listening to each other, just trying to press their own ideas onto the other person's mind by shouting, raising their voices. All I know about politics are a bunch of people just shouting, yelling at each other. Is that what politics is all about? So, I just hated politics. I just switched the channel whenever I saw political conversations. But actually, that's not what politics is. Politics is about politics is about how to make a better country, actually. The way to become a great politician. Well, I think that you should act based on love, not fear. What I mean is that uh, you shouldn't try to bring about strategies to run away from something, but to reach something instead. Because when you are running away from something, you are focusing on the negative things, actually. that you are focusing on the thing that you are running away from. But instead of that, you should focus on what you want to gain, what you want to get. This way, you will find the ways to get what you want when you focus on what you want. For example, if you want to end unemployment, uh, you shouldn't focus on uh, ending unemployment, but you should rather focus on creating more jobs. Well, that's what ending unemployment means actually. Well, maybe that's not a good example. Anyway, what another example might be, for example, ending terror. If you want to end terrorism, what you should focus on is not warfare against terror. What you should focus on is uh, ending the suffering of the people who are involved in terrorist activities. Because if they are doing something, they are acting with gun violence, it means they are really unhappy about something. Why the hell would they act with violence on such a horrible manner? There is only one answer. They are really unhappy people. They have needs that are not met. Maybe they lost their faith in their government. So they are actually yelling out, crying out loud, "Please save us! Please save us!" And they are going to the people who think they will be saved from. That who will still save them. Uh, they are going to the wrong people. They are adopting wrong methods such as violence, gun violence, uh, to end their suffering, to have a better life. Everybody wants to have a better life, and people who act with violence want to have a better life. They are only don't know, they are only ignorant, and they don't know how to get a better life. They are lost in suffering. So, what you need to do is to understand these people's suffering first, and act and develop strategies to end their suffering, rather than of trying to press them back with gun violence, because violence only brings more violence. Because when you uh, hold the gun towards a person, they will feel the need to defend themselves, and this creates more violence. This is why terror never ends. When you try to when you bomb their places that they are hiding, they just go away from them and they uh, find other places to hide, and they just continue their terrorist activities. So the way to uh, end terrorist activities is to understand those people's suffering and their suffering. For example, why are they rebelling against the government? Probably they don't have jobs to work to earn a living. So they are enrolling in these people's armies, terrorist armies, to get some kind of wage. I hear something like they get $200, $300 a month just to uh, engage in terrorist activities. I think this is terrible. If so, this means that if they had $300, $400, they wouldn't be engaging in terrorist activities. So what we should do is to give them an opportunity to work and earn a living, so they wouldn't be involved in terrorist activities. So what you need to do is not fear that they will be killing innocent people, but what we should do is to love them back and give them the opportunity to earn a living, just like we want to give our children an opportunity to live. Because These people used to be children too once upon a time, and they were our children until they were left unemployed, hungry, without a shelter, and deceived by people who had bad intentions and you wanted to use them for their bad intentions. So, what I say is, let's not kill people, but save people. I think that's the way to become a great politician. So, who are the politicians that I like? Well, I like Obama. I think he's a great politician. He's a Democrat. I'm a Democrat. Um, I don't know the details of his strategies or his politics because I don't live in the United States. But sometimes I hear news about him. Sometimes I watch news. Lately, I watched him on Jimmy Fallon's show, slowly jamming the news. So he was talking about what he accomplished in the year of 2016, and there was music in the background, and they were singing, and Obama was talking. I think that was very funny. He has a sense of humor. I think that's one of the greatest qualities of a leader, a sense of humor. Uh, and Another good quality of a leader is foresight and being proactive. I think Obama has plenty. Another politician I like is Clinton, Bill Clinton. I like Hillary too, but what I would like to talk about is Clinton right now. I like Clinton. I heard news about him too, and I don't know the details of his politics, but I think he was a pretty decent leader. And what I like about him is, his great scandal about Monica Lewinsky, that he was busted doing some very, not very, but some indecent activity in the Oval Office. Uh, yes, but after that, he just accepted his mistake and apologized to people and went on to do great politics. I think another great quality of a good politician is accepting your mistakes and correcting it and continuing to be a leader, a great leader. Bill Clinton has plenty of it, and I think Hillary does too. Not that she made mistakes, or she will. She won't, I'm sure. But if she does, I'm sure she will apologize and continue to be a great politician again. Anyway, so I was wondering what Monica Lewinsky is doing right now. I heard she wrote a book about her affair with Clinton and she earned some money from it. Uh, Actually, I was going to criticize this book that she wrote. I haven't read it, but I was actually going to criticize that she wrote such a book. But now I think that maybe it's a great book. I haven't read it. Maybe it has great insight into Clinton's psychology, why he felt the pressure on him to do such an activity, indecent activity in his office. And maybe it has great insight into Monica's psychology, why she engaged in such an activity. I haven't read the book. I would like to one day. I hope I will. This makes me think that I was going to connect it to people, to women actually, earning money from their sexual activities. Who am I talking about? Just I would like to note it. I'm not implying that Monica Lewinsky is one of these people that I will talk about. She isn't. She just wrote a book about her experience. But I'm going to talk about prostitutes. Yes, prostitutes. Women who earn money from sex. So, Why do women do such a thing? First of all, I think, uh, first of all, it's not money that makes them do such an activity because no money in the world could make you sell your body if you don't want anyone, a foreign man, to touch your body. It's impossible, just impossible, if you don't want it. So, but the problem is, why are these women alright with a foreign man, a stranger, touching their bodies? Why are they alright with that? And why are they doing this activity so many times a day? It's as if they have a compulsion for sex. Why? Why do they have a compulsion for such an activity? Maybe I'm mistaken. Maybe you would disagree with me. They don't have a compulsion. They just don't have money. You would say. But as I said, no power in the world could make you let yourself touch another a man. Yourself let another man touch your body. It's impossible. You could mop the floors for God's sake to earn money. You could become a garbage man. You don't have to sell your body. There are so many ways to earn money. You could become a farmer, earn money. You could do lots of things other than selling your own body. So, why are these women selling their bodies? The answer is they are searching for love. Everything we do is on the search for love. We are all searching for love, and prostitutes are searching for love too. So why are they searching for love in such a terrible manner? Do I mean that they want to meet someone when they are just, engaging in such an activity, indecent activity? Maybe they are, like the pretty woman. Maybe they are imagining something like they will meet someone like Richard Gere one day. Maybe, why not? They could. Well, you will say it's a movie, but the men who are engaged in sexual activities such as this are searching for love too. So basically what we have is two people who's in search for love. So why not we could bring them together? And it happens. What do I mean that prostitutes are searching for love? Therefore they are engaged in such indecent activities such as money for sex. Sex for money, sorry. Because I think these people who are doing prostitution, whether they are males or females, had some lack of love when they were growing up. They had a lack of parental love when they were growing up. Probably they had severe arguments with their parents, misunderstandings, and maybe they ran away from their home and they found themselves in such a lifestyle. Yes, so basically they lack parental love. Maybe their parents loved them like that, but they just didn't know how to show it, how to behave towards them. Uh, yes, I feel sad for people who are doing prostitution. But when I think that they are just searching for love, I understand them. And I hope that they will find love one day. And they will stop selling their bodies because it's something terrible to sell your body, to let a stranger touch your body. I hope they will stop doing this and earn money in another way, and they will find love and be happy with their lovers and experience a good, passionate kiss. Yes. So, what are the mistakes we do when we are searching for love? For example, One idea could be jealousy. Mm, Jealousy happens because we are afraid to lose the person that we love. And sometimes we find excuses to our jealousy, such as uh, my lover is unfaithful, or he is very, how do you say that? Anyway, I forgot the words. Um, he's unfaithful, and or he's very handsome, or he's very attractive, or he has a lot of money, and people who have a lot of money have a lot of women around them who are trying to seduce them. Therefore, men are unfaithful already, and they deceive women, their lovers. And I just want to say that these are all excuses, excuses for the lack of your healthy relationship. If you have a healthy loving relationship, your partner wouldn't deceive on you, trust that. So basically, uh, what you lack is either self-confidence or healthy communication with your partner. If you have a healthy communication, you will be satisfying any desire, any need that you could ever have, that you could ever get from 100 different women, 100 different men, or you could get the satisfaction you would get from $1 billion maybe. So no amount of money could give you the satisfaction that a good, healthy, loving relationship can give you. A happiness can't be weighed with money, or women, or body parts, or a appearance. Happiness is just happiness, and it makes you happy. And everybody is after happiness. That's why we are with our partners, to be happy. So why create unhappiness with jealousy? Please don't press your partner that with the fear that they will deceive on you. If you pressure them with the fear that they will deceive on you, this only creates dissatisfaction in them, and unhappiness in them, and stress in them. And when they are unhappy and stressed around you, believe me, they will deceive you. Well, at least they will leave you if they don't deceive you. Maybe they will fall in love with another woman who won't deceive on them. See, I'm sorry. Maybe they will fall in love with a woman who will not pressure them like this, not make them unhappy. So please get rid of your jealousy, because jealousy only happens because you are insecure with yourself. That's why you fear losing your partner, because you don't feel good enough for your partner. Maybe you don't feel like you uh, are beautiful enough, or you don't feel like you have enough personal qualities to make your lover happy, or maybe you feel like you don't have enough money to make your lover happy. But these are all excuses, believe me. If you are in love, and if you make your partner happy, no power in the world could make you separate from each other. That's what real love is. That's what real love is. I hope, I hope that you all experience what real love is. Yes, we could be also obsessed about a person. This also comes from the fear of loss. For example, I'm not talking about thinking about a person all the time when you are in love. This is very normal. I'm talking about excessive obsession about a person. For example, uh, maybe the first days of romance has passed. I mean, first days of falling in love has passed. You have established a relationship, and but you are uh, kind of acting obsessively about that person, calling that person all the time, wanting to talk to that person, never leaving them a moment to breathe on their own, wanting to be there with them all the time, never leaving them any space for their own hobbies or for on their time, never letting them watch football, baseball, anything that they want to do with their friends. You are jealous, you are obsessed. I mean, this all comes from a fear of loss again, because you are insecure with yourself, as I said. So what you need to do is to become secure in yourself, to be happy first yourself, and then to make your lover happy. So because if you want to be happy with someone, first thing you need to do is to be happy yourself. Because if you aren't happy yourself, how will you give happiness to someone else? We basically have the deception that when we are unhappy, someone will come along and just make us happy. We will just click, just like this. Uh, an unhappy person, another unhappy person, they come together from happiness. Can you believe this could happen? Two unhappy people come together, they create happiness. Well, sometimes I know miracles happen. Sometimes you grow together, you just click together. It happens. But basically, generally, it doesn't happen. When you are unhappy, you just find someone. First of all, you are just high on happiness, that with the hope that you will be happy with this person. But after a while, the reasons what made you unhappy remain the same. What these reasons are? Basic insecurity and negative thoughts in your mind, subconscious thoughts in your mind that make you unhappy. These thoughts remain in your mind and make you unhappy. So, what you need to do is to be happy first. Learn to be happy on your own, to make your lover happy. Because you can't create happiness unless you know how to be happy. First, you must know how to be happy. There are many examples about people who know how to be happy, even in the even in the hardest positions, hardest situations. You could find these examples anywhere in the world. I heard of a man who lives on the streets in a bank. Was it called a bank in English? Just a seat, out in the street, who lives there all the time, lives there, eats there. I don't know where he goes to the toilet. Probably he goes to the public toilet. Probably, hopefully. But he's happy like hell. He just says, I just don't want people to disturb my happiness. Let me live here. He's a Turkish person. People can learn how to be happy in the hardest situations. You just learn how to be satisfied with yourself first. Then make your lover happy. Yes. I was talking about obsession. Yes. Another obsession, common obsession that we have is obsession about material possessions, such as money, such as a house, such as a car. Sometimes it's clothes, sometimes it's a material possession such as a body, a beautiful body that has a certain shape, a large shapely breasts, for example. For man, it's a big something. Yes, but I say these are not important. These are all because we are obsessed about these things because we are searching for love again, because we are unhappy in our love life. If we were unhappy, we wouldn't care about a big house, an expensive car, a lot of money, a beautiful body, a big breast, a big something, if we are happy with our love life. These are all material possessions and fleeting things, because, as you say, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. not in your wallet or in your body. Yes. Oh, an example I would like to give is Floyd Mayweather. He's a boxer in United States, and he is he's the richest sportsman in the world. He has billions of dollars, and he earns millions of dollars every match, every boxing game. And I saw a picture of him, um, with 100 different expensive $1 million cars, and I think a jet plane, and he's just exhibiting his material possessions and proud of his possessions. But I think what he needs is just a good, passionate lovemaking, a good, passionate lover. That's what he needs. I don't mean that he has a small something, but I think he lacks something serious in his love life. I don't know if he has a lover, a girlfriend. Maybe he has had some girlfriends, but I think he's really dissatisfied in his love life. Well, there's a common concept such as people who are after expensive cars have something small in their bodies. I don't know whether this is true or not, but I think they have something called dissatisfaction in their love lives. People who are after material possessions. Be after love and you don't need anything else. There is a great way to feel loved. It's a technique I developed. Actually, it's a positive affirmation, if you have heard of such a thing. You repeat a sentence yourself for a few times, and it becomes a subconscious message in your mind. And it changes the way you think. Um, our subconscious mind affects the way we think. What's the subconscious mind? It's the beliefs, the thoughts, the desires, the needs we formed, our natural needs, and the messages that we received while we were growing up, and from our environment, from our parents, from our friends, from our life experiences. They become subconscious messages in our minds. It's just like a computer code that works in the background. You use a computer program, but um, there are codes in the program, basic rules in the program, that dictate how the program will work, that dictate what kind of response you will get when you input a command in the program, input a, when you input a command in the program. So it's like a hidden rule in your mind, the subconscious mind. Hidden rules in your mind that make you think, make you feel, make you act. That is called the subconscious mind. So, our subconscious minds can become something like a garbage can in time if we are not careful about what kind of messages we put there. Sometimes, when we are young, we don't know how to protect our minds from negative messages, harmful messages that can change our thinking the negative way. Another example of this could be a violent attitude. Uh, Violence happens because we fear. Basically, we fear that someone will hurt us. Therefore, we act with violence, physical violence, or verbal violence to protect ourselves. because there is a subconscious message in our minds that someone or something is trying to hurt us. That's why we are violent. That's the reason for violence. It could happen if your parents were violent towards you, or your sister or brother were violent towards you, or your friends were violent towards you, or if you grew up in a violent environment such as a warfare. Warfare. Yes, that's terrible to live in warfare, but it doesn't necessarily make you violent if you protect your mind from violence. Subconscious messages regarding violence. Uh, so what was I saying? Yes, there's a great way to feel loved. If you repeat to yourself, I feel loved. Yes, I feel loved. Um, 35 times at least. Opening your heart to this message. Don't resist to this message. Put this message in your heart. Imagine a bright light shining down upon you on a bright night, starry night. And this light penetrates through your body, and it shines through your body and fills up your heart with this message, I feel loved. Repeat this to yourself 35 times, out loud or in your mind, and you will feel great. You will feel how the world loves you, how your parents loved you, even if they weren't so acting so violent, so loving towards you. You will understand the ways they showed their love to you, either whether they were violent or not, or inattentive or not. Because every parent loves their children. They just maybe sometimes they don't know how to show it to their children. So if you repeat this message 35 times, I feel loved, or just say I feel love. You can say I feel love too. It's the same. You will feel great. You will feel how the world loves you, how you experience love, and the void you feel in yourself, the insecurity you feel towards yourself and towards your lover will disappear. It's great because most of our problems arise from the fear that we won't be loved, or that we lack the feeling that we love or loved, that we are loved. So if you repeat this message to yourself, uh, you will feel great, you will feel loved, and most of your problems will just vanish in a minute. You will figure out ways to overcome your problems, and you will overcome your problems if you act on this realization that you are loved. This is great. So, uh, I want to talk about mental associations a little. Um, what are mental associations? For example, um, when you experience something and more than once, or it doesn't have to be more than once, it's enough that it is only once, you experience something once, and it happens at the same time with something. For example, you are eating oranges and at the same time you are watching a certain comedy show. And the next time you watch that comedy show, if you made a mental association with oranges and this comedy show, next time you watch that comedy show, you will want to eat oranges. Or maybe when you eat oranges, you will remember that comedy show, or you will want to watch that comedy show. It is something like that. Something is linked to something else in your mind. That's how our minds work. So, uh, a common mistake we do make when we make mental associations is to make negative mental associations. For example, associate something, a negative experience, with a positive experience, such as associate love with aggression. How can this happen? How can we associate something wonderful called love with something terrible called aggression or violence? Well, such as this. When we are growing up, if our parents are temperamental, aggressive towards us, maybe violent towards us, we associate parental love with aggression or violence. Because these two events happen almost exactly on the same time when we are growing up. So we associate violence, aggression with love. So, what happens if we do such a terrible mental association? I will tell you what. We will search for people exactly like our parents who are temperamental, violent, aggressive because we are after love. Because we have associated love with aggression, we will search aggressive people. We will be attracted towards aggressive people. For a partner. For example, we will maybe you will decide well, my parents were aggressive, but I'm not attracted towards aggressive people, you would say. Then I would ask you, are you having a lot of arguments with your partner? And why? Maybe you want to think about this for a moment there. Because if you are having a lot of arguments with your partner, it means you have associated aggression with love. Because you are trying to get love from your partner with the method of arguing with your partner. If you have argued plenty with your parents when you're growing up, you think that this is the way to get love from your parents. And this is something very wrong. Arguing with someone is not the way to get love. Communicating effectively with someone is the way to get love. Arguing with someone doesn't give you love. It only gives you dissatisfaction. It's not love. It's just arguments in the end. It's just a fight. So if you want to get love from your partner, you just need to get rid of this mental association that you have made with love and aggression and arguments, or else you will suffer a lot and you might lose your partner sometime soon. Or even if you don't lose your partner, you will lead a life full of arguments and unhappiness. Who wants that? I don't. So get rid of those mental associations and learn to be happy. How will I get rid of these mental associations, you would say? Well, you could get help psychologically, a therapist, for example. You could get life coaching, or you could just work on your own mind. Do mental affirmations, and just say that I feel loved. Say I feel loved, and you will see that most of these terrible mental associations between love and aggression will vanish. That's the way to feel loved. I hope you feel loved and you feel loved and you have a great life full of love, happiness, kisses, joy, fun, and all the great things that you could ever experience. Thank you for watching my movie, and I hope to see you in another movie in the future, hopefully. Bye bye. One last thing before I say goodbye. My movie has ended, but I have a request from you, a small request if you don't mind. Well, I said I'm working, but I'm not seeing a lot of clients, like coaching clients, and I don't have a lot of money. I just have enough money to feed myself, so I can't save any money. What I want to do is, but actually, I'm designing clothes for a few years, 4 years, basically nightgowns, and I want to get my nightgowns done, establish a clothing company, and sell my clothes. Here is one of my designs. Let me show you. Can you see? Yes, this is a black dress, like chiffon on the sides. This is one of my designs. I know it's amateur, but I like it, and I have something like close to 3,000 designs now, and I have a lot to do. I want to establish a clothing factory, clothing company, and sell my clothes and earn money, and after that, establish a foundation for a special kind of training for people to help them get rid of their negative thoughts and establish a healthy mind. Basically, uh, what I was trying to teach you in this movie. So that's what I want to do. So if you want to help me establish my goals, you could help me financially by donating some money to my Money Bookers account. It's called Money Bookers or Skrill. Um, if you search in Google, you will find Skrill with two L's in the end. My email address is meltemflower@hotmail.com. I will spell it for you. MELTEMFLOWER @hotmail.com. Uh, you can open an account in Skrill. It only takes a minute. You don't have to pay any money, and donate money to my account, to my email address, to the amount of your choice. It could be $5, $10, $20, whatever you can. Uh, Consider this like you paid to watch a movie for $10, $5, and you are paying for this movie. I would be happy if you could contribute to my projects. I would be more than happy, and you would definitely see more of my movies because I have more than 30 movie projects coming. Not a homemade movie, a Hollywood movie. Yes, a Hollywood movie and great movies. If you want to hear more of me, please donate to my foundations. I mean, my cause. Well, thank you anyways for watching my movie, even if you donate or not. Thank you, and have a great life and have a great day. Bye bye.